ever pondered on the intricate workings of the human mind? In Buddhism, the mind holds a significant spot. Our journey today begins with this fascinating concept. The mind, in the teachings of Buddhism, is not merely an organ that processes thoughts and emotions. It is rather a dynamic, powerful entity that shapes our reality. According to the Buddha, the mind is the forerunner of all things. It's the mind that leads, and all else follows. A clear, unclouded mind can lead to actions that foster happiness, peace, and understanding. Conversely, a mind clouded by anger, greed, or ignorance can lead to actions causing suffering and discord. This fundamental principle underscores the importance of understanding and transforming the mind in Buddhism. Imagine the mind as a vast, tranquil sea. Beneath its surface, there is a whole world of thoughts, emotions, and perceptions that shape our reality. The Buddha taught that we could learn to navigate this complex sea, to understand its currents and tides, and ultimately use its power to foster wisdom and compassion. This is where the concept of mindfulness comes in. Mindfulness, in essence, is the practice of being fully present and engaged in the moment, observing our thoughts, feelings, and sensations without judgment. By developing mindfulness, we learn to see things as they truly are, not as we wish or fear them to be. This clear seeing can lead to profound insights and liberation from suffering. So, why is the mind so significant in Buddhism? Because by understanding our minds, we can transform our lives. We can steer our actions towards kindness and wisdom, and away from ignorance and harm. We can cultivate a mind that is clear, compassionate, and wise. A mind that leads to peace and happiness. Having set the stage, we'll now delve into the Third Tetrad, a profound contemplation of the mind. This is a journey deep into the heart of Buddhism, a journey that can transform our understanding of ourselves and the world around us. So, let's embark on this journey, shall we? The Third Tetrad, a part of the Anapanasati Sutta, provides a deep insight into the mind's nature. This section of the sutta, or thread, is a key component of the Buddhist teaching on mindfulness of breathing. It's a part of the larger Anapanasati Sutta, which translates to the discourse on mindfulness of breathing. Let's take a step back and look at the bigger picture. The Anapanasati Sutta is a comprehensive teaching that covers 16 aspects of mindfulness practice, divided into 4 tetrads or groups of 4. The Third Tetrad, which we are focusing on today, is the third of these 4 groups. This portion of the sutta is about contemplating the mind. It's about developing an understanding and awareness of the mind in its natural state, without judgment or manipulation. The Third Tetrad encourages us to observe the mind as it is, noticing its patterns, its tendencies, and its characteristics. Why is this so important? Well, in Buddhism, the mind is seen as the key to liberation. By understanding the mind, we can begin to free ourselves from the shackles of ignorance, craving, and aversion, which are seen as the roots of suffering. The Third Tetrad therefore holds a pivotal place within the Anapanasati Sutta. It's about going inward, focusing on the mind, and cultivating a deep awareness of its nature. It's about mindfulness of the mind, observing it, understanding it, and ultimately liberating it. This practice is not about controlling the mind, but rather understanding it. It's not about forcing the mind to be quiet, but instead observing its natural state, noticing when it's contracted or distracted, when it's expansive or focused. It's about seeing the mind for what it truly is and understanding its nature. In the grand tapestry of the Anapanasati Sutta, the Third Tetrad is a thread that invites us to turn our attention inward, to the mind itself. It's the part of the sutta that encourages us to cultivate a deep, mindful awareness of our own mind, paving the way towards calm, clarity, and ultimately, liberation. Now that we understand what the Third Tetrad is, let's break them down. The Third Tetrad is a set of 4 contemplations, each revealing a unique facet of the mind. As we delve deeper into this journey, let's first explore the first contemplation. It's about being aware of the mind. This isn't about judging, labeling, or analyzing the mind. It's about pure observation. Imagine sitting by a river and watching the water flow by. You're not trying to control the current or change the river's course. You're simply observing, noticing the ebb and flow. That's what it means to be aware of the mind, The second contemplation focuses on understanding the state of the mind. Is it lustful or free from lust? Is it entangled or free from entanglement? Is it at peace or is it disturbed? The aim is not to judge or change these states, but to understand them. By understanding the mind state, we can learn to navigate our thoughts and emotions with greater ease. Moving on, the third contemplation deals with concentration. Here, we aim to cultivate a mind that is unwavering, unshaken, and steadfast. It's like a tree, deeply rooted, that stands tall even in the face of the strongest winds. This deep concentration allows us to stay focused, regardless of the distractions that may come our way. The final contemplation in the Third Tetrad is about liberating the mind. It's about breaking free from the chains of desire, aversion, and delusion. It's about experiencing the freedom that comes from letting go of attachments and embracing the reality of impermanence. Each of these contemplations serves as a stepping stone towards understanding the mind better. They're not meant to be rushed through or ticked off a list. Instead, they should be savored, like a cup of fine tea. These contemplations are not about achieving a certain state or reaching a particular goal. They're about the journey, the process of exploration and discovery. They're about learning to navigate the vast ocean of the mind with wisdom, compassion, and mindfulness. The Third Tetrad invites us to take a step back, to observe, to understand, to concentrate, and to liberate. They challenge us to delve deeper into the mind, to explore its depths, and to uncover its mysteries. Remember, the mind is like a garden. It needs to be tended, cared for, and nurtured. Only then can it blossom and bear fruit. The Third Tetrad provides us with the tools to tend to this garden, to cultivate a mind that is aware, understanding, concentrated, and liberated. As we embrace these contemplations, we learn to dance with the mind, to flow with its currents, to ride its waves. We learn to befriend the mind, to understand its intricacies, to appreciate its complexity, and most importantly, we learn to live in harmony with the mind, to coexist peacefully with it. These contemplations provide a roadmap to understand the mind and cultivate mindfulness. Knowing the Third Tetrad is one thing, but how do we apply these contemplations in our daily life? Well, it's simpler than you might think. The core of the Third Tetrad is mindfulness of the mind. So the first step is to cultivate an awareness of your own mind. This requires a gentle, non-judgmental observation of your thoughts and feelings as they arise and pass away. One practical technique to develop this awareness is through meditation. Sit in a comfortable position, close your eyes, and bring your attention to your breath. As you breathe in and out, observe your mind. Notice how thoughts come and go, just like your breath. Don't try to change anything, just watch. This practice can help you see that your mind is not a fixed entity, but a dynamic, ever-changing flow of thoughts and emotions. Another way to apply the Third Tetrad is by practicing mindfulness in your daily activities. When you're eating, pay attention to the taste, texture, and aroma of your food. When you're walking, notice the sensation of your feet touching the ground. By bringing mindfulness to these everyday moments, you can cultivate a deeper understanding of your mind. Remember, the goal is not to control your mind, but to understand it. As you develop this understanding, you may notice that your mind is less agitated, and you're more able to respond to life's challenges with calmness and clarity. And don't be discouraged if it seems difficult at first. Mindfulness is a skill, and like any skill, it takes practice. Start with short periods of mindfulness each day, and gradually increase the duration as your concentration improves. Finally, be patient with yourself. The journey of self-discovery is not a race, but a lifelong journey. So take your time, be gentle with yourself, and remember that every moment of mindfulness is a step towards a deeper understanding of your mind. By practicing these contemplations, we can gain a deeper understanding of our minds and live more mindfully. We've journeyed through the Third Tetrad, unraveling its teachings and understanding its application. We began by introducing the mind's pivotal role in Buddhism, an entity that, when trained, can lead us to enlightenment. Then we delved into an overview of the Third Tetrad, a key element in the Anapanasati Sutta, which emphasizes mindfulness of the mind and its attributes. We further broke down these contemplations, intricately dissecting them to comprehend their true essence. And finally, we discussed their practical application, how we can integrate these teachings into our daily lives to cultivate mindfulness and tranquility. This journey through the Third Tetrad is not just about understanding these teachings, but about embodying them, making them a part of our very being. It is a path that leads to peace, clarity, and ultimately enlightenment. Thank you for joining us on this exploration of the mind in Buddhism. May your journey towards mindfulness be enlightening.